4th of July for once?
I can't remember. When I coached in LA, we played a lot of 4th of July games at home, but I never saw fireworks there either because it was after the game, so we was usually inside. But this is the first time I think I've actually been at home and off on the 4th of July since probably 1998. So it's been a while.
And you'll be working, watching games?
Yeah, we'll watch some games in the evening. We'll see if we can get somewhere and see if somebody can barbecue for us in the afternoon, and then watch some games in the evening. And then we're right across the street from Bellevue Park, so we can sit on our patio and watch fireworks. At the end
Another
of
question from the 1990s. You mentioned last night you got off to a 3-year late start in MLS. What was 1996 like for you? Were you sure that you wanted to go to MLS? Did your phone ring? What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah. No, I had an interest in MLS for sure. The Galaxy at the time talked to me, and the ownership group, but I just didn't feel it was a good fit. In terms of where that ownership group was at. Mainly the situation was practice facility and where they thought the team could practice and what was adequate and what I felt was adequate. Then there was talk at the time. Alan Rothenberg was looking at maybe taking over San Jose, and that was I think late '97 would have been for the '98 season, and so he and I had talks, and we were pretty much agreed on things, and then at the last second his takeover of San Jose fell through, and so then I stayed out again, and then the opportunity came along with the Galaxy after I came back from the Youth World Championships, and I actually wanted to coach that one more year at UCLA because I knew I had a team that could win an NCAA title, and I said, well, how about after the season? They said, no, we're going to change now, so it's now or never. And so we were able to work out a contract that allowed me to stay in LA with my kids to get them through high school, and so that was good.
How did that UCLA team do without you?
In '99, they got to the Final Four and lost in the semis. Yeah.
They would have won, though, if you had been there.
I don't know. I think Todd Saldana did a good job, coaching them, and they had some injuries late in the season. So,
You ever wonder about what might have been had you taken San Jose? Or had San Jose not fallen through?
No, never really think about it. I talked to, actually, before even Rothenberg was going to take over, I talked to San Jose as well, and he sort of got offered that job, but it also broke down for, reasons that, will go unexplained, but, that just didn't make sense to me. And, so you always feel confident that you can do a good job. For me, it was just a matter of, I wanted to have the opportunity to prove myself at that level as well.
After you left LA, or you were let go from LA, do you start wondering if that was the run you had, or were you pretty confident that you'd be back in MLS relatively quickly?
I was confident I could be back in MLS because I thought, we were having success at LA, and it was a sort of a strange situation at the time, and so for me, the opportunity then was there to take the under-20 team, so I took the under-20 team in the interim because I didn't want to jump into an MLS team in the middle of the season per se. And then after the run with the under-20s, then the opportunity came along with Columbus. So, I think a lot of people felt that because I'd been in LA so long that I wouldn't leave LA to go coach someplace else. But it was a situation, like I said, all my kids were in college and everything, so I was prepared to go somewhere else and coach, if that opportunity presented itself. But it was something I always felt that, there'd be another opportunity in MLS.
What do you remember of your first game?
Of my first game?
In MLS.
In MLS. The ironic story actually involves Ezra, because the only lineup change I made in my first game was I benched Ezra. Ezra was a starting right fullback, so I put Ezra on the bench and I started Paul Caligiuri because obviously I had a long history with Paul. He had played for me at UCLA, and we beat San Jose. Paul scored the winning goal, as a right back coming forward, so we won 1-0. But I always remember that was a game I put Ezra on the bench, and then 3 weeks later, after watching him in practice, I sort of said, wait a second, he's a little better than I thought, and I put him back in the lineup, and then he was never out of my lineup after that. So that's probably the most interesting story from that first game.
You said 48 hours ago that you might have
resolution on Mario Martinez in 24 to 48 hours? Are we any closer?
You'd have to ask Adrian. You know, I haven't talked to Adrian. I mean, I don't think right now. I think it's stalled. I don't think anything's moving on it at all. You know, it's probably if becoming a dead issue or moving close to that.
Looking ahead to this game on Saturday, you guys have had a lot of success in the Cascadia Cup so far this year. What does it take to kind of keep that momentum going?
Well, you know, obviously playing well. They're important games. They're rivalry games, you know, and the teams are always going to be up for it. You know, we still have some injuries that we got to deal with and contend with as we move into the game. But for us, it's just a matter of making sure that we take care of ourselves, you know, come back as refreshed as possible into this game, and know that they play with some speed up front, and they have a lot of energy up front, and we want to make sure we can negate that.
It's not entirely clear if Russell or DeAndre are going to be available for this game, but it seems like they would be a intriguing matchup. Two young guys that kind of play with speed and whatnot. I mean, can you speak to that potential matchup?
Yeah, I mean, obviously their guy's gone with the Canadian national team. Yeah. So he's gone, and DeAndre, was better today. We did some heading with him at the end because he felt that his arm bothered him a little bit when he was jumping. So we'll see how he is tomorrow. And then we'll make a final determination on him. But certainly, they're a team that has a lot of speed. Up front, Camilo's got good speed. Kenny Miller, Maddox, when he's on the park as well, has good speed. So having DeAndre's speed on the field can certainly help us.
Camilo's under a lot of success lately, 5 straight games with a goal. What do you guys need to do to slow him down?
Well, not give him any free kicks. That's number one. He's been very dangerous on free kicks. It looked like Kansas City got a little confused because they dropped the guy in on the post, Beasler, and then he left the post. And I think Nielsen thought he was still at the post. But it was still a well-struck ball, and it was right there in the corner. I think even if the guy was on the post, I don't know if he saves it. So, we can't give him free kicks because he's very good on free kicks, and just can't give him the time and space, especially when he comes in from the left, because he loves to cut inside to his right foot, and he hits a really good bending shot to the far post.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Look at the pace. It'll go. Oh, it is fantastic! Absolutely sensational by the Sounders. Hey kids, come train like the first team. Join us this year at Sounders FC Youth Soccer Camps. Have fun and improve your skills. Meet players, make friends and learn from the best. Visit camps.soundersfc.com. Space is limited, so sign up today.